was stunned. I couldn't believe. I'd never seen rappers like that. And at that point, that day, I said to myself, I want to do that. I didn't know how or where or when, but I wanted to be like those dudes, you know? Just like Run DMC. It just took me out the box that day, for real. My name is Sen Reyes. Everybody calls me Sen Dog. I'm from Pinar del Rio, Cuba, raised in Los Angeles, and I'm an entertainer. Grew up in the Los Angeles area in a city called Southgate, on a block called Cypress Avenue, and that's where we would go on to form our band, Cypress Hill. Early on, I was into like sports, football and baseball, but music was always prevalent in our house. Our mom and dads were always playing some kind of, you know, salsa or Louis Armstrong or Tito Puente or Celia Cruz or something like that. So we were always involved around music. So my brother's name is Mellow Man Ace. He was the first Latino rapper to have a platinum, you know, song. Gold and platinum. He was the first Latino to ever do it. So when Cypress came out, Mellow Man had kind of like kicked some doors open for us. So growing up in that era, the Latino culture in Southgate was very big. And we used to say stuff like, hey mom, voy a la tienda, I'll be right back in a minute. Somehow that became a rap style. And it was called Spanglish. And we kind of like made our name off of that Spanglish style.
Cause of my language, I have to tell them straight up, it's called Spanglish. Now who's on the bean, got a gringo, trying to get paid from a funky bilingual.
The spark for me was one Saturday. I had a routine. I would get up, you know, go to the store, get a 40 ounce and a nickel bag of weed, and I'd come back and I would watch Soul Train and American Bandstands because they played on the same day, right? And when I watched Soul Train that day, Run DMC was on it. And they had their leathers, their hat, their chains, and they were doing like a rock song. I think it was called Rock Box or something like that, right? And I was stunned. I couldn't believe. I'd never seen rappers like that. Before we were Cypress Hill, we were called DVX, and that stood for Devastating Vocal Excellence. And it was myself and my brother Mellow Man who started that group, but eventually it would include B-Real, a Native American brother of ours named Tyrone Pacheco, who went by T-Bone or Tomahawk Funk, and Julio G, ironically enough, is the DJ now for Cypress Hill. It was the five of us. It was like a, you know, like almost like a West Coast Wu-Tang kind of a thing. But Julio told us if he got the chance to be on KDAY and be a mix master, he was gonna take it. And sure enough, he auditioned and he got it. And he said, I got a guy for you though, that's just like you. He smokes pot and drinks 40s and he's rowdy, and he's a great fit for you guys. And that ended up being DJ Muggs. Cool, we got Muggs, and then Mellow Man somehow met Delicious Vinyl in 1988, and they said, we like you, Mellow Man, but we don't like the rest of those dudes. You get rid of them, and he did that, you know? So that left me and B and Muggs, kind of like right there when Muggs was approached by a band called 783 that was signed to Geffen, and Geffen was throwing all kind of money on them, and they wanted Muggs as their DJ. So Muggs went and DJ'd for him, which left me and B on the block. And we were like, well, what are we gonna do? And we were like, well, we'll make our own group. And B was like, what are we gonna call it? Let's just call it after the block, Cypress Hill. That's what we called our neighborhood. So that day, 1988, Cypress Hill was born. We didn't have a song, a concept, nothing, but we had a name and two dudes that were willing to go do the work. That was the beginning of Cypress Hill, 88, 89, you know, around there.